Now in this video, we'll talk about one of the most important financial statement any company should have, which is the profit and loss statement, aka the income statement. So basically the income statement tells us how much the business earned after paying all its expenses during that period of time. Now this period of time can be 3 months, quarterly statement, or 1 year, which is known as yearly statement. Now let's talk about some detailed about income statement. Now as mentioned earlier, any income statement is prepared for a period of time. Now in that period, the income statement shows how much revenue was earned and how much did the company spend in order to get this revenue. Now just for some knowledge, an income statement is prepared using something known as accrual basis of accounting. This means that the expenses and revenue are recognized right away when the transaction takes place and not during the actual time of payment. For example, suppose client A gives a 10 crore worth order to company X. Okay. Now this 10 crores will be added to the company's X's revenue even though the client A has not made the payment and might do the payment 1 month later. So whenever a company provides goods or services to its customers, it gets recorded on the income statement as revenue even if the cash payment has not happened yet. Now let's break down all the important components of a yearly income statement. Now let's start with revenue. Now revenue is basically the sales generated by a business during that financial year by selling its goods or services. Then we have something known as cost of goods sold or material cost, where you have to minus. Now these are expenses directly associated with producing products and services. Now they are variable expenses, which means they change with the level of output produced. For example, raw material cost. Now this equals to gross profit. Now gross profit is a measure of how efficiently a company can use its resources. Then you remove other operating expense, so you minus other operating expense. Now this basically includes your employee cost, selling, general and administrative expenses associated with your business directly for producing goods and services. Now selling and general and administrative business expense comes under SG&A and is the sum of all direct and indirect expenses and the general and administrative expenses which are G&A of a company. Right? Now it includes the cost to sell and deliver products and services and the cost to manage the company. Now this finally equals to something known as operating profit. Now this indicates the profitability of a business before interest cost, tax expense, depreciation and amortization, and before accounting for other income. Now we will explain this in a minute, don't worry. Now this is also called earnings before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization, or also popularly known as EBITDA, right? Now finally you remove EBITDA, so you remove depreciation and amortization. Now this records the decrease in the value of fixed assets over a long period of time. Now fixed assets like machinery or production equipment and intangible assets like patents basically lose their value over a period of time. So depreciation and amortization basically records this loss in value and is important as an expense to analyze when it comes to the income statement. Now one more thing you need to add here is other income, right? Now income that is generated from activities that are not core business activities, right, are other income. For example, if a pharmaceutical company earns rental income or there is some interest income that they get, then that would come under other income. Now this has nothing to do with the core operation, which is selling drugs. Now you minus financial expenses. Now interest cost on debt, right? Whenever we take on debt, we have to pay interest. Now companies need to do the same and all interest cost gets recorded here. Now you do plus or minus exceptional profit or loss. Now what is exceptional profit or loss? Now this is a one-time profit or a one-time loss due to some unforeseen event which is unlikely to be reported in the future. Now these items are not recorded and not expected to be recurring. For example, losses from disasters that haven't been insured against, like wars or riots or earthquake, is an exceptional item. Or maybe if a fixed asset is disposed of for a profit, and then that is an example of exceptional item as well, or exceptional income or profit. Then we finally have taxes which we have to reduce. So basically tax due is on taxable income only. And then finally after all this, we come to net profit. Now this is the net profit of the company after paying all its expenses. Now before moving ahead, let me tell you some quick tips on how you can read the profit and loss or income statement, because I love giving tips. Now we must look out for the following things in an income statement. But I would like to tell you that these are just broad guidelines, and the situation greatly differentiates when it's a company to company or industry to industry. So you do your own research also. Now, one of the tip is basically look at the revenue growth in the last 5 years. It should ideally be more than the GDP of our country, and over that period of time, it should also be more than the industry average. The trend in net profit over the last 5 to 10 years should be a rising trend, because rising trend shows a good financial health company, right? Now, we also need to look at current operating profit margin or OPM. Now, operating profit is basically operating profit divided by sales percentage is operating profit margin. And what has been the trend in the recent years? Now, what is the interest coverage ratio? Operating profit divided by interest cost. Now, ideally, the ratio should be more than 2 to ensure that the company makes enough income to pay the financial cost. Now, if there's an exceptional item on the income statement, make sure that this hasn't been repeated in the previous years. Example, if there's an exceptional loss every year, then maybe the losses aren't exceptional after all. So keep your eyes on that. Now, let's go through an income statement on Groww, right? Now, let's look at an income statement on Groww, and we will take Infosys as an example, and we will see how income or profit and loss statement looks like. Now, on your screen, you will see the profit and the loss statement of the company from 2017 to 2021. Now, here we can see that the revenue of Infosys has increased from roughly 68,000 crores in 2017 to more than 1 lakh crores in 2021. However, the rise in net profit hasn't been proportional to that of the revenue, because they have increased from 14,353 crores to around 19,000 crores. Now, we have already covered most of the terms that you see here except EBIT. EBIT is basically EBIT, is nothing but earnings before interest and tax. EBIT. Now, it is also used to measure a company's performance. However, it can be misleading because it excludes interest expenses. This means that the company with a lot of debt or loan may have a very high EBIT, but the net profit may be considerably low. Now, finally, to conclude, that's it for today's episode. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying this value-packed episodes full of learnings to help you become a damn good investor. Now, the income statement tells us whether the company is generating enough revenue to cover the expense or not. But I have a question for you. If the company makes a profit of 1 crore, does it mean that it has generated 1 crore in cash? Maybe, right? Maybe not. Now, the answer is actually no. We will tell you exactly why in the next episode when we cover cash flow statement in detail. So I'm going to see you in the next episode. Till then, bye.